So I went out for who ended up being my man of honor's birthday. Everyone else decided they were tired and wanted to go home, and I was the youngest and only single person in our group of friends, so I wanted to stay. So they left me at the bar by myself and took my car.
Out of nowhere, I felt somebody literally bump into me and spill my drink a little bit, and I turn around and there she was. Immediately, just absolutely beautiful smile.
Then we spent the rest of the night talking to each other, and he kept saying that I wouldn't text him the next day. You're not going to text me the next day. So at 6:30 in the morning, when I got up for work, I texted him. And then we hung out that night, and he's still here. He had a calmness about him, something that I hadn't come across in all too many people. Just felt like I had known him for a while. He was just something else.
If I don't know you, I usually won't stay there and hold a long conversation with you. And something about her, I just wanted to keep talking. And
Kind of taught me how to realize my self-worth, which was something I hadn't always done or been able to do in the past. But I think when he met my parents for the first time, and they actually liked someone that I brought home, I was like, maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Maybe, maybe we're seeing the same good qualities in Mike that you should be looking for.
every year at her parents' house on the bay, they have a 4th of July party. Weeks ahead of time, I had snuck away, drove 3 hours down there, and sat with them for about 30 minutes, asked their permission, and they were ecstatic, much to my surprise. So I had went to all of our friends that we collectively would invite to go down for this weekend, and had told them, you're going to get invited, each and every one of you. Tell her you have plans, you can't make it. I was going to have them all come down there, and at the right time when I could have her distracted, sneak them in the house, which all worked out perfect. It worked out great. They had got down there, they were parked out on the street. She had went up to the top floor to go take a shower, and I had had her cousin actually funnel everybody in and right into the first floor room. And she finally comes out, and it was a very windy day out, and it was very hard to get her, to, hey, come out back, I need to talk to you. There was a lot going on, there was a lot of people there, and I just made up an excuse that I need to talk to you away from everybody. Something upset me, and we need to go outside and talk. So I got her out all the way at the end of the dock, out by the water.
In a dress with the wind.
I had went into my little spiel, and I'm told that it took quite a while, 10 to 15 minutes, which I really don't remember that. I honestly couldn't tell you what all I even said, because I was so worked up. And once I had finally went down and proposed, and she said yes, and as we're walking back up the pier to the back of the deck, what I didn't know was that her father had told everybody 3 houses that way and the other way, who had 20 to 30 people on each deck, were all watching this, and they all started cheering us on when we came back up, and took me totally by surprise. But as soon as we got close enough to the house to where we could see the back deck, all of our friends came out and threw her for a total loop. At that point, she figured out everything that went on, and why everybody couldn't come, and why we're even here, and it really couldn't have been any better. It went perfect.
So one night, Mike didn't come home, which had never happened before. He always comes home, he always answers my phone calls, he always responds to my text messages. And it had been probably an hour and a half since I last talked to him, and normally that would be okay, except I knew that he was headed home half an hour ago. I started driving to where I knew he was coming from. And in my pajamas and slippers, I rolled up to a truck on fire, an ambulance, fire truck, a bunch of EMTs, and the sound of a helicopter. And I knew it was him.
There's probably about 5 to 6 seconds of the entire thing that even still comes to mind. To this day, I wonder how I was able to get myself out of a burning truck with all those injuries.
Just a complete flip of a lifestyle. But through that, I think both of us realized how much support and love that we really do have in our lives. And it's definitely brought us closer together, and I'd say solidified our commitment to each other, and really makes you think about a lot of things.
In August, within weeks before the wedding, they had found other pains I was having. So I was again back in the hospital leading up to the last week in August. Questions were coming up of, is this even going to happen? I had told every doctor that I come in contact with, it's happening. I don't, if you got to wheel me down there, this is going to happen.
And Mike bought me a ring that he proposed with at my parents' house on the bay in front of everyone. And I loved it. And on the way to that second surgery, I had put it in my wallet the night before. So we stopped at Wawa on the way to the hospital.
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning to get coffee and water and all that stuff. And I'm still not quite sure exactly what happened. It was gone, my wallet, with the ring in it. So, although this isn't the original ring, I chose a pearl ring because pearls are made of sand, and beautiful things can come from rough starts.
We've been together for a little over 4 years now, and it still it feels like 6 months. I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. I look forward to the unknown. I mean, I'm just happy to wake up every day and have my feet hit the ground, and I realize that now more so than ever. And having her with me, that I really don't much care, so to speak, what happens, because I know it's going to be great. So I'm anticipating what I don't know is going to come.
I would just say growing old together and experiencing new and old and everything in between together.